Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Bear River Blogger, and we are going to do another podcast today. But this one's hopefully going to be a little different because I'm on my way down to the Bear River Bird Refuge Auto Route to go do a little bird watching today. But as you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm on Forest Street. I'm on my way down so I can actually turn the video camera on and record because I'm not on the refuge yet. And the reason I wanted to stop here is I just had a thought that popped into my mind. As I was driving down here, I had a couple of scenes that just really caught my eye, and I just thought of something. One of them was actually over here. See these trees over here, and you can see it's a little hazy, a lot of fog. The fog's actually kind of dissipated quite a bit within the last 5 or 10 minutes since I've been here, and I've been taking some pictures before the fog dissipated. But what I wanted to mention is outdoor photography, nature photography, even portrait photography, any type of photography is not about the gear. It's not about what camera you have or what camera you don't have. It's never about the editing programs. It's not about any of that stuff. Those things are all just tools so that we can capture what we see. What photography is about, and I kind of feel like it's getting lost in this digital age. Digital cameras are great and all, but there's a downside to them that it's too easy to just bypass the basic concepts of photography, which are composition and light. Everybody talks about gear, everybody talks about editing programs, presets, and all these things, but nobody anymore talks about light and composition. They talk about what camera they have, what lens they have, and all this stuff, which is fine. They're tools you need to capture a picture, but you can't capture a picture if you don't first see the scene. And as I was driving down here, this is kind of a case in point. I had a couple of scenes that just really caught my eye. One of them was these trees over here. And I'm going to put these photos, when I get home and edit them, kind of add them into this video here, kind of show you that these scenes just grabbed my eye. I didn't have the right camera with me. I only had my bird camera with a big lens. So I'm hoping they turned out the way I want them, the way that I saw them. But even though I didn't have the right camera, I stopped and tried to do what I could with what camera I had and not worried about it, because it's not about the gear. It's not about the cameras you have. I've shot a lot of incredible photos with a cheap Canon Rebel. I love the Canon Rebel. I have more expensive cameras. In fact, my Canon Rebel wore out. I don't use it anymore because it actually doesn't work. I've had it for so long that it finally, the shutter thing, the aperture and the shutter thing just finally wore out. I can't even work it anymore. But it died on me because I've used it so much, because it's not about the camera. I took some incredible photos with that Canon Rebel, and I might get another one just because you can take great photos with just about any camera, because it's not the camera, the gear, it's the photographer that sees something great and is able to capture it. And a big part of that is using light and composition to your advantage. So, and just being ready when you see a scene and doing your best to capture it, being familiar with your camera and knowing just the basic concepts of photography. That's how great photos are made. They're not made by gear, they're made by photographers. So if you want to be a great photographer, don't worry so much about the tools, about the gear. Worry about learning about light and composition, and practice photographing with light and composition in mind. And your photography will get so much better, so much quicker than it is if you're worrying about what camera you have, or do I got to buy this lens, or I got to get this filter, or anything like that. Those are just necessary tools to take pictures. The creativity and the skill comes from you. So let that be the thing you focus most on. Look for creative outlets, to use your ability on. See scenes and practice taking pictures on them, but don't worry about, I don't have the right camera. You may not have the right camera. Like I did today, I didn't have the right camera, but I stopped and I tried anyway. Practice with whatever camera you have. A lot of landscape and sunset photos I take are just taken with my phone. That's the only camera I have at a lot of the times, but it doesn't stop me. And by practicing light and composition concepts on your pictures, you'll get so much better, and you won't worry about what gear you have as much, because you'll find out when you start taking more and more pictures, the camera isn't the most important thing. It's finding a scene and being able to capture that scene the way that it grabs you. So worry about the photography concepts a lot more than the gear. The gear is always there. You don't have to worry about that. Gear is always changing. There's always better cameras, better lenses. There's always these things that come up. But one thing that's always stayed the same is the basic concepts of light and composition. And that is what people need to focus on if they're going to be better photographers. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't worry about gear as much. I hardly ever worry about gear. I just grab whatever camera I have at the moment and take whatever photo I can and try to get the best photo I can with what I have. So light and composition, not gear. Well, anyway, I hope that makes sense. If you got any questions about it, just drop some comments down below. And I hope you guys get out and take some good pictures, or if you're out going bird watching like I am today, you get to do that too. So anyway, hopefully this gives you something to think about, and I'll catch you on the next video. Feel free to subscribe to this channel and follow us at bearriverblogger.com, and we will catch you on the next podcast.